Then Ryan wakes up, and then Butcher was like talking to him. He spoiled Star Wars.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that was
He's
funny.
like, Luke's his father, or Darth
Yeah,
Vader's his father.
he was like, yeah, that's a bit of a spoiler. So. Alrighty, The Boys season 5, episode 4. What were our initial thoughts, gentlemen?
Homelander's getting crazier.
Yeah, literally, to say the least. Yeah, overall, this episode, I kind of think they took a little bit of a step back. There were some weird moments in this episode. Like there were some weird dialogue moments. Like some of their line delivery this season, like isn't the best. Like sometimes the jokes don't really hit. Like sometimes the lines seem like so forced. And I guess you could see that with like Kamiko, because this is the first season that she actually talks. So she's kind of like socially awkward. So I get it a little bit with her. But I don't know, some of the other characters, some of the dialogue seems so like weird and forced sometimes in certain moments. Especially this episode, I didn't love the whole them just randomly getting angry at each other because of the whole thing, like chemical that was in the air or like disease that was in the air.
Like the vines.
Yeah, the vines and stuff. It was just like they were randomly angry at each other. I don't know, with no real explanation. I don't know. I just feel like there were some like awkward moments in there. Like when Frenchie made that face at Soldier Boy to get him to chase him. There was like an awkward silence. They were just standing there.
Yeah.
Then he made that face at him and like ran off. And it was just like, what is happening?
Yeah, I thought this was probably the weakest episode so far this season.
I agree.
Not that it was like bad, but
Yeah, it wasn't like the worst episode I've seen or anything, but it was definitely a step back from the first 3 episodes, especially the last one. You would think that every episode they'd be stepping the bar up and it'd get crazier and crazier. I don't know. This one was just
because I've heard like the critics. I think they got through like episode 5. They were allowed to view and review, and they were saying episode 5 is like when it really starts popping off. So I'm curious to see what that's gonna look like.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to as we're getting closer and closer, because if it's only going to go 8 episodes, it's going to be crazy for that second half, those last 4. But yeah, I don't know. This one was just like the pace of this was weird. Like it really didn't pick up the pace at all until Soldier Boy trapped Homelander in that little
Uranium
cage.
room.
Yeah, that was when it kind of picked up the pace a little bit, and then they started getting angry at each other and fighting each other. But the rest of it was kind of just filled with like awkward moments and like weird dialogue. Like even I don't know, even the storyline with Annie's dad feels like a little forced.
Yeah.
Like the dad and brother. I don't know. I didn't love that.
Yep. Then obviously Homelander thinks he's like the Messiah now.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Yeah.
Telling like Firecracker to spread the word.
Yeah, and he didn't seem too bothered either that he I think he thought he killed Ryan. Because didn't he say when he was in the uranium chamber that he was like, oh, Ryan's alive?
I don't know. I feel like he could have known though. He just punched him like.
I thought he said something along the lines like it made him stronger because he did do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going in a weird direction. I don't know. It could just be this episode, but this episode just threw me off. It went in a weird direction that I didn't really think it was going to go. And I don't know. I don't love because what's the spinoff show that's coming?
Vault Rising.
Vault Rising. Yeah, we kind of saw that with Stranger Things season 5 a little bit. There was like things from the Stranger Things play that you had to see the play, or there might be spinoff shows coming where they might give you more answers. Vecna opening that, it being down in that mine shaft, opening that briefcase. They're like, oh, with that scientist that was down there that he shot. Didn't he shoot that scientist down in that underground cave?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, see, you Men in Blacked yourself after that season.
Stranger Things just went way downhill for me.
But to compare it to that, like, I don't like when we're in the final season of a show and we've watched the whole progression all the way to this point, and that we have to like wait for a spinoff or watch some other spinoff to know what's going on.
Yeah, I get that, but it didn't really bother me that much.
Like, because now Soldier Boy seems all upset and emotional for killing that guy that was on the wall. Yeah. And it's like, we're in the last season of this show, and we have no idea who this character is. We have no idea what tie Soldier Boy has to him.
Yeah.
Soldier Boy seems like he's almost giving up. Like he was basically like, just go ahead and do it already. Like meaning Homelander to just kill him.
Yeah.
So it's like
some people were theorizing that's like his brother, but obviously we wouldn't.
Yeah. So like it's like we got to watch a whole spinoff show after the end of the show to even know what all of that meant. And they kind of did the same thing a little bit with Stranger Things season 5. You had to like watch this play on Broadway to even know how that ties into the storyline in season 5. I don't like that. I don't like that I have to watch spin-offs to see the finals, to understand the final season of a show that I've followed for all these years.
I still like Soldier Boy and Homelander together though, like them like
Yeah, I do
walking
like
around
that
and
vibe.
stuff.
But like their dynamic back and forth is really good. Like when they were walking through the woods together and walking around kind of joking.
Yeah.
Just the pacing of this episode was just so weird. It didn't really like pick up towards the end. It didn't really pick up until the end. And I don't know, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It just seems like they took a step back compared to the previous episodes. It could kind of go from the start.
Yeah, like obviously Homelander thing, thinking he's the Messiah, then telling Firecracker, and obviously she's like looking weird, like
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
then-
because
yeah, that whole thing. Then Ryan wakes up, and then Butcher was like talking to him. He spoiled Star Wars.
Oh,
oh yeah, that was
He's
funny.
like Luke's his father, or Darth
Yeah,
Vader's his father.
he was like, yeah, that's a bit of a spoiler. So, yeah, and then obviously Ryan, we don't get to see where he goes. He just,
Yeah, he just left.
disappears. Butcher goes to get him more water, and then he comes back and he's just gone. So who knows where Ryan went?
Yep. Then like they went back to the boys. That Frenchie was working on that virus though. Said it would take weeks.
Yeah, so it could be the end of the season before we see the virus pop back up. Because if that's going to take weeks,
But apparently, though, what I've saw, like just people theorizing, Butcher was watching Homelander and that uranium get like all depowered.
Yep.
So people think he's going to try to use like radiation now or something to instead of the virus
to make him weaker, and then maybe that can kill him.
Help
Yeah, I
kill
feel
him,
like
yeah.
the virus is too straightforward. I feel like that's
Yeah.
going to be too obvious of a way to like defeat Homelander.
Yeah,
I
and
feel like it
Homelander
can't be-
knows about it too. Like you don't have the virus.
Yeah,
like, he's
so
like
it's-
bringing it up. So
Yeah, and I feel like at some point we are going to get to see Homelander. I don't know how they would counter it, but I feel like Homelander is going to get the V1 because that's what they're trying to stop.
yeah,
So I feel like it's just destined for him to end up getting it somehow.
I don't know. Then he would be like immortal.
Well, they said Soldier Boy would be immortal, but Soldier Boy obviously thinks Homelander can kill him because he was like, why don't you just do it already? So I feel like there's got to be ways to kill him.
Then they did bring up Stormfront, and that could go back into Vault Rising too. But they're like, did you ever see a body? Like she killed herself, and then
Yeah.
he's like, oh, she would never. And then Homelander, yeah, and Soldier Boy's like, did you see a body?
Yeah.
and Homelander kind of sat there.
Yeah,
and
he kind of just like stormed off. Yeah, and didn't really
because
answer.
we didn't see a body. It
Yeah.
was just that.
But wasn't she like missing an arm and both of her legs?
Yeah.
She was like completely burnt up. So even if she was still alive somehow, is she even able to do anything?
Yeah, I don't know her like healing. I feel like
Factor.
those people V1 though. I feel like they got to be like,
Yeah. Or she's got Wolverine's healing factor
Yeah.
and we just don't know it.
I don't know. She was really like messed up though. The last time I saw
Yeah.
the whole like noir and deep thing. A lot of people are thinking
Oh,
noir, like Black Noir, was like the old one, but then they kind of just threw that because it was just that newer guy again.
Yeah, that newer guy. Yeah, I kind of forgot what he looked like, to be
Yeah,
honest, because I hadn't seen
season
him.
4.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him since season 4, and kind of forgot what he looked and sounded like because it's been a minute since I've watched season 4, obviously. So
And he was just saying like he was in character because he was
Yeah.
like not talking this entire time.
Method
Yep.
acting.
Method acting.
yeah,
And Deep, God, he's an idiot. I wonder how
that
his
whole-
story will wrap up. It's got to do something.
yeah. I feel like they can't just kill him off, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he's.
they will, but he's got no way he like turns good or anything. He's way too far, but I don't know. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what'll happen with him either.
And then the whole like Fort Harmony thing. Frenchie is immune. He's
Yeah,
like,
that
I
was
guess-
kind of weird too. Yeah,
he's, like, he's taking all the drugs.
he-
Well,
all
Soldier
the-
Boy was immune too, kind of. Was he? Or I don't
well,
know.
I think Homelander and well, no,
Homelander was.
Homelander wasn't technically immune, was he? Because he was getting angry,
Like a
saying all that
Soulja
stuff about
Boy.
Soldier Boy in the hallway
Yeah,
before
Soldier
he
Boy,
put
and
him
I
in.
think Frenchie were immune just because they always said Soldier Boy was like huge into drugs. Like,
Yeah,
did a
well,
bunch of
didn't he
drugs.
just say something about cocaine's
Yeah,
part of my
like-
rider? Yeah, like a bowl of cocaine.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, I don't know. That was weird too. That they're just immune because they're so accustomed to taking drugs. So that I don't know. They didn't really fully explain that.
And then
but-
they had that like Last of Us reference in there. Like
oh yeah,
yeah, like,
the
well,
little shot at The Last of Us. Oh yeah,
he's like, it's just Walking Dead
Dead
with mushrooms.
With mushrooms, yeah.
Then you have the whole Soldier Boy, Homelander. We kind of brushed on the uranium. We locked him in that room. Then Homelander's skin starts peeling, and he like powers weaken.
Yeah. Yeah, because it seemed like he was so weak, I didn't even know how he was going to be able to get out of that chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And we were kind of questioning at the end there when he came on stage at the very end of the episode at the church.
Mm-hmm.
We were kind of questioning, like, what is he going to look like here? Is his face going to be all, like, is he going to have that whole rash he had
Messed
going on
up.
inside the chamber? No, he was completely fine. So I guess, yeah, he heals pretty quick getting out of that uranium chamber. So.
Looks like he was having like another hallucination at the very end there too. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was like getting brighter.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it was like no sound, too. It was like silent.
Yeah.
So
I wonder what he was seeing.
something weird. And yeah, we kind of brushed on that Quinn character.
Yeah,
It's
so
gotta
we'll
be
see what
something.
happens with that. I hope we don't have to watch like all of Vault Rising just to tie in with what's going on there. but we probably will.
And at the
but-
very end of the episode, Butcher was watching the Soldier Boy like getting V1 video. That's what he was watching on that TV.
Yeah, and didn't he,
yeah.
what did he say to MM? He was saying like, "Oh, I'm just studying, or I'm just sitting here thinking."
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because he was like, "What you doing?" As he was just sitting there watching that. Yeah, and then they obviously changed it over to the program where Homelander was on stage.
Yeah.
They changed it over to like the news or whatever. Really, the only other thing we didn't touch on very much was just the whole Annie storyline with his. I kind of brushed it over, but Annie meeting her dad. I don't even remember her mentioning that much about her dad. That has to be like season 1 stuff, right?
Yeah, I think so. They just said that her dad like left when she was young or something.
Yeah.
And then that just tied back around, I guess.
Yeah. And it didn't seem like they had very much tension. It seemed like it got resolved very quickly because he still obviously had that A-Train shoebox
of, like,
with all
newspaper
of her
clippings.
memories and stuff. Yeah. And so I don't know. It was just kind of weird. The fact she has a brother, I don't know. I feel like they kind of just like shoehorned that storyline.
I'm glad
in
though it's
there.
kind of over now though. They're not like
Like
she's
they just
still
kind
there,
of nipped
like,
it in the bud
yeah.
quick, and she's not. Yeah, we'll
It's
see.
not
what-
like 2 episodes later she's just now figuring it out. Like
Yeah.
it's already.
Yeah, I mean, at least it was quick, but I feel like I said, they kind of just forced it in there. Like, I don't know. Seems like some of the dialogue, I don't know. It's kind of similar to the way it's not nearly not as bad, obviously, but the way Stranger Things season 5 was, it seemed like some of the dialogue and some of like the humor was so like forced. Well, I don't know. The way the actors are like delivering the lines, it's not all the time. It's just every so often the way they deliver some of their lines just seems so like forced.
I could see with Kamiko this whole time, but I feel like episodes before this though were good.
Like Butcher's been good, Homelander's been
Soldier
good,
Boy.
Soldier Boy's
Deep.
been good, but like Huey sometimes some of the
he's
lines are
always
kind
been
of
like that though. He's always like
awkward. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like some of the jokes just aren't hitting like they used to in previous seasons. I don't know. Maybe if I rewatch it after, it might hit a little different, but it seemed like that kind of comparable to Stranger Things season 5. Like some of the acting is like a little off with certain characters. But other than that, I think we kind of touched on everything pretty quick and pretty brief here. Do you guys got anything else to comment on?
Nope.
I'm looking forward to episode 5 though. I heard
Yeah,
it's a banger.
Hopefully episode 5 like really picks up the pace and it's just heaters 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll see. Hopefully it finishes really
That's how
strong.
I feel like episode 5's of seasons have been pretty, or no, was it 6? Like Hero Gasm? I think that was episode 6, but that was obviously a huge episode. I feel like episode 5 or 6 of every season's been pretty big. So
Yeah, hopefully the second half they really pick up the pace and it's stronger than the first half. I think it will be.
Yeah, I think so.
They got to finish strong into the entire series here. So whatever you guys thought about episode 4, leave it down in the comments below. We will be coming back next week with our review of episode 5. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a comment on this video and tune in next week for episodes 5 review. Peace.